This is the PickBits daily signal for Saturday, August 2nd, your signal in the day's tech noise. Here's the lineup. 1. Google dropped an AI image tool into Google Earth that let anyone rewrite the real map, a fake nuclear facility sitting at true coordinates, and it pulled the whole thing inside a day. 2. 59% of managers now use AI to help decide who gets laid off, and some of them are feeding it your sick days and your age. 3. As of today, California forces every data broker to delete you with one request, and honoring it is no longer optional. And 4, on the brighter side, a cheap way for a general medical AI to phone a hospital's own specialists and read your scan sharper for 100 times less. Let's get into it. This is the PickBits Daily Signal. Story 1. Give an investigative journalist named Henk Van S a free tool and about a day, and he will hand you a nuclear facility in Iran that was never built. On July 30th, Google dropped its Nano Banana image model. That's Gemini, straight into Google Earth on the web. You type a prompt, and it reads.
We used to say that seeing is believing, and that's no longer the case.
It's making life hard for Emmanuel Saliba, a content verification expert and a former NBC News reporter. She says the tech is getting so advanced, the fake videos are routinely being spread across the world and reported as fact.
During that gap between an event happening and authorities or media having any sort of confirmation, that's where we're seeing all of this AI-generated content start to spread. And before it's debunked,
Plenty of people will shrug and say this is nothing new. We have had Photoshop for 30 years. And they have a point, except nobody squints at Google Earth the way they squint at a stranger's photo. And that trust is exactly what got hijacked. I lean toward that red. Google leaned that way too, quietly, because it killed the feature worldwide inside 24 hours. Right after Van S showed the watermark it was counting on could be beaten by the oldest trick there is, filming the screen with a second camera, which strips the mark and leaves a copy that reads as authentic. So stop treating a satellite image as proof on its own, and it is not slowing down. Google is promising stronger guardrails, but the technique is public now, and that is the part a pulled feature can't undo. Follow the thread. The fight over how you prove a picture is real is just getting started. Story 2. 2 weeks back, we told you Meta was using AI to single out workers with medical conditions and that laid-off employees had started suing over discriminatory AI selection. The backdrop hasn't changed.
Layoff announcements skyrocketed toward the end of 2025 as generative AI and economic tightening pressure corporations to restructure their workforce.
Today, a survey puts a hard number on just how normal this has gotten. ResumeTemplates.com asked 1,000 managers who use AI at work, and 59% said they now lean on it to help decide who gets laid off, a quarter of them often or all the time. Then look at what they feed the model. Performance scores? Sure. But also attendance, salary, time off, and then the ugly ones, sick days or medical leave at 31% and age at 14. Those last two are protected characteristics. A human weighing your medical leave or your age in a layoff is how you get sued. Handing that call to a model doesn't launder it, it just writes the discrimination into a data set a lawyer can subpoena. And 38% of these managers say they have never been trained on the ethics of any of it. Here's what I'd do this week. If you own the HR stack or you sign off on cuts, ask one question in writing: what factors is our layoff tool actually weighing? And turn off the protected ones today. Share this with whoever signs your software renewals, because when the suit lands, discovery starts with exactly that feature list. Story 3. This one is a genuine win for once. If you live in California, you got a real off switch today. It is called Drop, the delete request and opt-out platform, and it has been sitting on the state site for months. You file one request, and it reaches every registered data broker at once. As of August 1st, honoring it stops being optional. Quick reminder who these brokers are.
A lot of it is available online, often collected and sold by data brokers.
They get our information by either scraping it from places that we've published it online or just by buying it from apps that we've signed up to.
Those dossiers now have to be checked against your request every 45 days, deleted in full, including the profiles and inferences they drew about you, or the broker eats a $200 penalty per request per day. That dossier is the raw material for AI profiling and the price you get quoted online, the same pipeline we watched feed that ICE data deal in July. For years, the opt-out was a joke, hundreds of companies deep, and nobody finished it. Now it is one button they are legally forced to honor. Is it perfect? No. It only covers registered brokers, and plenty of firms that should register don't. And now they actually have to honor it, not just take the request. So do this today. If you are in California, go to privacy.ca.gov and file the request. And share it with every Californian, because the ones who need it most never heard it exists. Story 4, and on the brighter side, picture a rural hospital that can't afford to fine-tune a giant AI model and can't ship its patient records to a vendor either. A team out of Hong Kong University of Science and Technology with Harvard Medical School and Weill Cornell built something aimed right at that hospital. They call it GSCO, Generalist Specialist Collaboration. A general medical model does the first read, then phones small specialist models trained locally inside the hospital on data that never leaves the building and folds their second opinion into the final diagnosis.
But with generative AI, it's really supercharging what healthcare professionals and scientists are able to do by helping predict future health risks, make diagnoses faster and more accurately, and also helping with potential drug discovery for new novel treatments and therapeutics.
Clearly beat the generalist working alone. 6 of 7 radiologists preferred its chest scan reports over the leading competitor. And when researchers fed it scans and lied, insisting everyone was normal, it still caught nearly 68% of the tumors. That test matters to me most, all for up to 100 times less than adapting a frontier model. Now the caveat? The same one we hit with the Mira study back in June, when an AI aced case files that were not real patients. This is a benchmark result, not a system in your clinic tomorrow. Here's what I'm watching. Whether a real hospital runs this and reports what happens with actual patients. If it holds, it is a cheaper, more private, second set of eyes. Keep an eye on this one. We will flag it the day a real hospital runs it. That's 4. The one I would rather leave you on is the last. A cheaper, more private way for a small hospital to get a second opinion. That's the signal. I'll see you tomorrow.